Hey guys, we're here in today's video talking about the fact that expectations may destroy Halo Infinite. But first starting, according to YouTube statistics, only a very small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed, so if you end up enjoying the video, consider subscribing, and let's start. So for those who don't know, Halo Infinite is going to be one of the most hyped up games currently, and because of this, it already has very high expectations, and will also define the future of the whole Halo franchise. But with all these big challenges, it seems that Fortress is going to be able to overcome them and bring us an incredible game. But the big question is, will it be enough to satisfy the fans and their expectations? And I think that if we want to understand why the expectations are so high, we need to talk about the delays because they made the expectations for the game to get even higher. So while before the Halo Infinite was expected to be a great Halo game, now it is expected to be something close to perfection. But the problem is that as we saw already multiple times when expectations are so high, even the perfect game can let some people underwhelmed by it. Not only that, but we will also need to talk about Halo YouTubers because even though it isn't their fault, or even my fault, that we're all excited for Halo Infinite, but all this hype that is being created makes the expectations even higher. So because of this, I always try to be realistic when I'm talking about the game because I don't want people to think that the game is going to be a perfect, because it won't. But I still believe that it's going to be the return of Halo to mainstream, and also that it's going to be very successful, like you already mentioned in my other videos. And if you don't want to hear this from me, here is a quote from a former True employee that I covered in my last video. In fact, I think that the finished product will be great. The story is a big improvement, and the gameplay is much richer. Don't expect it to be an epic-making masterpiece. And this guy basically confirmed that all that I said previously. And finally, we need to answer the big question. Will it be enough to satisfy the fans and their expectations? And my answer to that is, it depends. I'm not saying this because I want people to think that the game is going to be bad, but I want people to understand that this game won't be for everyone, because even though Halo Infinite is returning to a Halo ring, and now we'll have the classic art style back, and all this stuff, it doesn't mean that the game is going to be like Halo 3 or 2. It'll be more of a mixture between the modern Halo games like Halo 5 and 4 and Halo 3 and 2. And the game also have aspects that you may not like from the modern games, like sprint, or even aspects from the classic games that you may not like equipments. But G4 is doing their best to satisfy the most amount of people, because a lot of people forget, but the Halo fanbase is fractured since Halo 4 and 5. And now we have people that hate the new games and want things to be like they were in Halo 3, or some newer fans that prefer the faster gameplay from Halo 5 and don't like the gameplay from Halo 3. And because of this, it's made for an almost impossible job by 243, and they're doing their best, and I think that they're going to succeed, because it will satisfy the majority of people. In conclusion, Halo Infinite won't satisfy everyone. Some people will love it, others may hate it. Because of this, we always have to make sure that our expectations are realistic, because if we don't make sure they are realistic, it's almost sure that we'll be underwhelmed. So I think that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing because it helps a lot, and see you in the next video. Peace.